get healthier.
News 12 at noon. This is the place for local news.
And coming up in this next half hour, Albatross Golf Simulation and Bar is here. They are the Scenic City's all-inclusive hangout for golfers. Iggy's Loudmouth podcast is in the house. Iggy's podcast is an outlet to discuss Chattanooga music, culture, sports, and now mental health. Our friends from Pinnacle Home Improvement are here. They're still running their 000 promotion. Jason Gibby explains next. You do not want to miss today's Let's Chat.
Welcome to Let's Chat, the Tennessee Valley's premier show focusing on lifestyle and entertainment. Bringing you smart shopping tips, community events, and the newest trends. Now, let's chat.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. What a beautiful morning here in the Scenic City. I am Andy Santora. Our friend Chip Chapman is out on assignment today. Let's get right to these headlines. Okay, so today marks the 10th anniversary of the mega band BTS's debut. Yes, BTS is a Korean band. They're fans from all over the world, Scotland, America, Turkey, and beyond. They have arrived into Seoul to celebrate the occasion. Thousands will even follow in the footsteps of BTS, carrying out a so-called pilgrimage. Well, in the run-up to a special event on this June 17th, South Korea's iconic Seoul Tower, also known as Namsan Tower, and other landmarks in Seoul will light up in purple to celebrate this anniversary just for this band. Purple is the official color of the BTS fandom. The fandom is called the BTS Army. These days, the 7 members are some of the top-selling modern artists in the entire world. Wow, look at that. Okay, so let's take a look at this unique family heirloom. A rare Buddha statue from 12th century China was found in a French home. Here's more. It's part of a lost set with likely only a handful left of its kind. The statue is a rare wooden figure of Guanyin Bodhisattva, and it is over a meter tall. The statue was originally last sold to a family in the 1930s, and from there it was passed down generations. It wasn't until recently the family called Caroline Schulten, who is the head of Chinese art at Bonham's auction house. They asked for an estimate on this statue. They were unaware of its value, and since it was last sold in the 30s, the statue lost a finger due to children playing football with it. The statue will be presented at auction in Paris today, and it is expected to fetch more than $1 million. Wow, you never know what you're sitting on in your attic, do you? And as we continue, a Wisconsin woman is about to hike 1,200-mile Ice Age Trail. I have never heard of this trail. April Shield is taking this walk because she has cerebral palsy. She's doing this to prove that it is possible. And in an interview, she stated, quote, "Maybe you can't walk, maybe you ride, maybe you crawl. However it is in your own power, you can make big things happen if you just have the determination." Good luck to Miss Shield. What a beautiful story. I hope we have more on that. Well, here we go. Just in time for summer, 7-Eleven's iconic Slurpee is getting a facelift, but don't worry, the recipe for the famous frozen drink is not changing. Just the cups are. This is what the new Slurpee logo looks like. You see the name in black and a large swirl at the top that resembles the top of a Slurpee. The cup's background has bright colors. I kind of like it. It's the first redesign in 4 years. That's when Slurpee ditched its psychedelic pinwheel look. 7-Eleven is the largest U.S. convenience store chain with more than 9,000 locations. We're even seeing them pop up down here in Chattanooga. Love this next story. A kitten in Las Vegas hit the jackpot last week. Yes, that's right, a kitten. This tiny cat was trapped on the side of a busy highway between a concrete barrier and fast-moving traffic. Nevada State Trooper Estrada, not to be confused with Eric Estrada of Chips fame, responded to calls from concerned motorists. But initially, the kitten was not interested in being rescued. It ran away from Estrada, who was able to chase the kitten and scoop it up. Police named the kitten Trooper Kitty and helped him find a forever home. Oh, look at that. Wow, can you believe they saw that gray cat in the road like that? That is amazing. What a sweet story. Congratulations to Trooper Kitty. So you do not want to miss today's show. Like we said, we have Albatross Golf Simulation and Bar coming up. They are the Scenic City one-stop shop hangout for golf, and they also have delicious food, a great kitchen I loved learning about. Iggy's Loudmouth podcast is here. You're going to learn about this new podcast. Chattanooga music, culture, sports, and now mental health are discussed by Iggy. Very interesting. Our friends with Pinnacle Home Improvement are here again. They are running their 000 promotion still. We love it when Jason Gibby stops by to tell us more about what they offer to homeowners in the Scenic City. You do not want to miss today's Let's Chat.
A simpler mortgage is right around the corner. Avoid extra fees with TVFCU Mortgage Savings.
TVFCU, a place for all of us.
Need a ride? Speedy Car Loans for new and used cars. Apply online or call 634-LOAN.
TVFCU, a place for all of us.
Beep, beep, beep.
At iHear Optical, we're a 3-generation family business serving the optical needs of families in our area with 3 simple promises.
We promise quality eye care at affordable prices.
A huge selection of frames to choose from, including designer frames.
Our personal guarantee of satisfaction from our family to yours.
And if that's not enough, in many cases you can get your glasses in about an hour.
iHear Optical, our family here for yours.
Class, today we're going to be learning the front kick. Hey, aren't you the Pinnacle girl?
It's Pinnacle. It's Pinnacle.
Pinnacle Home Improvements is now offering 0 down payment, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 12 months. Get a new roof installed, windows for your entire house, or new siding, and make it easy on yourself for a limited time only.
It's Home Improvements.
Is your old asphalt driveway cracked and potholed or just an eyesore? Road Solutions has the answer to your pavement problems. Our crews can give you the fresh, smooth driveway of your dreams. Call Road Solutions today. Our team can give you an estimate within 24 hours, and our paving pros can start within a few days. Our reasonable prices and smooth asphalt will be the envy of your neighbors. Call Road Solutions today at 423-660-2000.
You're watching Let's Chat.
Albatross Golf Sim and Bar is taking Chattanooga by storm as the place to go to for your golf simulation. I'm so excited to be here today with Ben. Thanks for coming in today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So what is Albatross Golf Sim and Bar?
Yeah, so basically we're a place, we're a full bar restaurant, and we have 5 golf simulators. Basically, the simulators have a radar system called TrackMan. It's a top-of-the-line radar system. Read your ball. It's going to be about 98% accurate.
Wow.
We've got a lot of different things you can do on it. There's different games. You can hit on the range. You can get a lot of numbers. You can dial in your game. There's over 200 courses. There's a lot you can do, and also you can get served delicious food and drink while you're doing it.
I love it. So what if someone doesn't golf very well, like I was telling you? I don't, other members of my family don't. Is it only for experts?
Absolutely not. You know, we get our fair share of good golfers, but also it's a great place to learn because you're not actually on a course. You're in a controlled environment. You're inside. You're not losing balls. You don't have somebody behind you yelling about your slow play. You can kind of figure things out, and you're seeing a lot of visuals and getting data that I don't know what I would have done when I first started golfing, but it can be really beneficial to somebody that's just figuring out how to actually swing.
So how does someone schedule a tee time and get served food and drinks? How does this work?
Yeah, absolutely. So most people go to our website, www.albatrossgolfbar.com, or they can give us a call just like you would at a golf course. We'll set you up a tee time. The times start at the beginning of each hour. And yeah, basically just give us a call.
Wow. Well, do you offer memberships, and what about like private parties? How does that work?
Yeah, so we do memberships. Members get a few different benefits. They get free bays all day on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. They get discounted bays every other day, and they also get a percentage off their food and any merchandise they buy. And then we love doing buyouts. We'll do different birthday parties. We'll do corporate events, and you can have the whole place to yourself. We can do catered style food for you, and yeah, we can set up different games for everybody as well. If you want to do some type of buyout corporate event tournament.
Now, what made you open Albatross? Did you see a need for this in the community? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, my background is kind of a mix of a couple things. I've worked in restaurants for a long time. I did a stint where I owned and ran a climbing gym, so I kind of took those two ideas and mashed them together. It's kind of a gym mixed with a restaurant, but it's for golf.
Right, I love that. So do you have people that come in serious just wanting to practice their swing? Talk to me about that, and then people that want to come and party.
Yeah, there's, you know, during the week, honestly, we see a lot more people coming in, practicing their game, trying to get ready for their weekend round. But then we get a mix of everybody. You know, we get people that have never played before come in and just want to have a good time and do an activity other than just, you know, sit at a bar or just go get dinner.
Right.
And then we get the people that are newer golfers. They want to play 18, but they don't want to be on the course and deal with all those elements. And then we get regular golfers that, you know, maybe it's a rainy day or they just couldn't get a tee time. They come in and enjoy themselves.
So there's literally 18 holes you can play, and what you play the hole and then you take grab a sip of your drink and then it switches holes. Is that how it works?
Yeah, it plays just like regular golf.
Wow.
So there's 200 courses, real world courses. You know, we've got some famous ones. We got Pebble Beach, we got St. Andrews Old Course.
Oh, wow.
But you can play these famous courses that you've seen on the PGA Tour and other tours, and you can play them in the comfort of North Chattanooga.
I love it. We love North Chattanooga. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, Ben. Tell us again how we can schedule tee time and all your other contact information.
Yeah, absolutely. You can find us on Facebook or Instagram. Our Instagram's at Albatross Golf Bar. You can also go to our website, www.albatrossgolfbar.com, or just give us a call or just peek in sometime and see what it looks like.
That's awesome. I got 541-8150 as your number. Thanks so much for coming on, Ben. Go check him out. albatrossgolfbar.com is the place to go to for golf simulation and delicious food and drinks. Thanks for coming on, Ben.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
How? Budget Brakes will replace your brakes for the lowest price anywhere, and you get a lifetime guarantee. Relax.
Budget Brakes. Brakes starting at just $100.
Relaxing.
Daddy,
Yeah, buddy.
how many nickels are in a dollar?
There are 20 nickels in a dollar.
How do birds fly? Does milk really make my bones stronger?
Yeah.
Daddy, when we die, will we go to heaven?
Do you have the answer to life's biggest question? Watch the 700 Club, weekdays at 9 a.m.
Forsooth, what happened? I gave my arm. Of course, they're giving you workers' comp.
They gave me this chicken.
You should have called ye old Warren and Griffin.
If you've been hurt, call us. 265-4878. We are your local law firm.
Mouth-watering, delicious, spicy, or sweet, with healthy cooking tips and recipes.
Let's eat.
From the Food City Kitchen, value every day on Let's Chat and anytime on WDEF.com.
Alignment.
At Budget Brakes, we use the best alignment equipment to straighten out your steering for the best price in town.
Visit budgetbrakes.com. Brakes starting at just $100. Alignment starting at $59.99.
You're watching Let's Chat.
I'm here today with my friend Iggy of Iggy's Loudmouth Podcast to tell us all about why we should tune into his podcast and all the cool things we can learn, especially this mental health day you're rolling out.
Yeah.
Let's start from the beginning. Tell me about Iggy's Loudmouth Podcast.
All right, so Iggy's Loudmouth Podcast is a podcast primarily focused on Chattanooga. So I'm from Chattanooga. So I realized there's an avenue needed for some discussion, a conversation within our community. So I started a podcast based around that, and then started getting into music, art, culture with it. And yeah, so that's where the premise of it started.
I love the name, and I know the importance of a good name for branding.
Yes.
I really like when I was reading the rundown today of who I was in. I was excited. Oh, Iggy's loudmouth.
Yeah, the loudmouth stands out.
Yeah.
So loudmouth is the premise of a loudmouth is to make sure people understand like it's important to speak your mind. It's important to stand on what you believe. It's important to have intimate conversations. All that's wrapped up into loudmouth. When you think of loudmouth, it's a strong word.
Right.
So when you come on a podcast, you're going to hear stronger topics. You're going to hear stronger conversations, maybe deeper things that you normally don't hear. And also fun things. I'm also a fun guy. I mean, I don't always want it to be deep, but even in the fun aspect, it's loud, it's fun, it's laughter, it's all of that. So all that encompasses into loudmouth.
Now you interview people like I do.
I do, yeah.
So you have to know the questions to ask to get, like you said, those vulnerable sound bites and get them to really share.
Absolutely.
If people have a choice of podcasts to listen to, kind of like a choice of shows to watch, why should they tune into yours?
I believe people should tune into mine because I bring a different conversation. I love watching interviews. I came up watching interviews. I watch late night television interviews. And so I take pride in making sure a listener or a viewer, in fact, will get to know a person off that interview, maybe that they didn't know, or maybe that they didn't expect, you know, even if it's 5 minutes or 30 minutes, you know, I try to get a conversation going so where after they're like, I really learned something, or I really learned something about you. So,
right.
Yeah.
So do you touch upon controversial topics?
I can. I have lately died down about that a little bit, but I have before, and I don't shy away from that, but I also want to be, I'm about community building.
Right.
So if it is controversial, it's in that way. It's an honest way. It's in hopes to connect and unify rather than divide.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's important. So what are some of the topics who are some of the people you've had on and topics you discussed?
So I've had on musicians, like, I don't know if you guys know any local artists, but YG Tut. I've also done things with Chattanooga Hip Hop Summit. So recently they've had some bigger guests come in. DJ Chuck Tees from North Carolina. He's working with the Charlotte Hornets right now as far as DJing there for the team. So I've interviewed him and just bigger events and smaller things. I've done intimate conversations at the wood shop where I bring in a poet or a artist and they show off their art. So I've had that as well. So
do you ever discuss Riverbend and the lineups there and the controversy?
I can. I stayed away from Riverbend this year.
Right.
But I have before. I've talked about my thoughts on what we should do with Riverbend. I also talked about maybe Riverbend investing into more local things. I see the Chattanooga Hip Hop Summit picture right there. So more local things as far as like local artists, maybe investing back into that. So I've done those conversations and I'm definitely open to that for sure.
I love that. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, I do. I believe in Chattanooga. I think especially in that scene, music, art, culture. I believe there's a lot to offer there in the city. So
and finding a way to include everyone.
Include everyone.
Is important.
Absolutely.
So Mental Health Monday, you were telling me briefly about this out there. Mental health is, always is being discussed.
Yes.
What does this podcast feature?
So Mental Health Monday is a new element to the podcast I started this year. Last year, really coming out of COVID, it kind of started.
Right.
A lot of people had time to sit with themselves in quarantine, maybe sit with other people they haven't sat with in a long time in quarantine. And you know, a lot of people dealt with some losses, some gains in COVID. So there's a lot of mental health aspects during that time. So, and then also personally, my personal life changed a lot in the past year and a half. So this year I started, I noticed there was a gap in discussion of mental health with men. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's Men's Health Month. So it's very important to me.
It is. I did know that.
But also specifically black men. I think our mental health is something I'm kind of passionate about at this point, I think. And so I started at this year to do every Monday, start out the week. You know, the first day of the week for most people is Monday.
Right.
And start out the week talking about topics, talking about maybe personal things going on that I can reflect back that maybe somebody else can pick up on, or, you know, discussion pieces. I've had, want to have more therapists on to talk about maybe some some keys because I'm not necessarily professional.
Right.
I just go off of some of the self-care things I've done.
You don't need to be professional. You're sharing the community experience.
But even professional, you know, it helps to have some professional aspect. But I do think, yes, I agree. I don't necessarily have to be a professional to share those things, and I won't. I'm very big on self-care and having those discussions as far as our community. So.
And men's mental health, it needs to be discussed more and shared more, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, men are sometimes known to be afraid to ask for directions or afraid to ask for help.
Ask for directions.
To know you're not, sorry, but to know that you're not alone, and it's okay to say, hey, I'm struggling with something.
Absolutely.
Especially start the week off on that note.
Yes.
You know, I really love that. So where do you see the future of this podcast going, and how can we find you?
Yeah, so I see the future of the podcast continuing to grow. I want to have all those elements that I talked about as far as culture, music, sports, arts, mental health into pieces, and hopefully develop into a YouTube channel where you can, if you want to see Iggy's Loudmouth Podcast Mental Health, there's a channel for you. There's a sports channel, all of that. So that's the goal. Ultimately,
what if someone feels like they might have an interesting idea or might want to talk to you?
Feel free, hit me up. So my contact is I'm on Instagram, Iggy's Loudmouth Podcast, IGGYS Loudmouth, LOUDMOUTH Podcast, all together. And then, if you go onto the channel, any podcast channel on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts,
awesome.
You can find me, Iggy's Loudmouth Podcast. Just type it in. I'll pull right up.
Is there a video to go? Like, I guess you're recording it.
So there's some YouTube. I have some YouTube as well, Iggy's Loudmouth Podcast. But those are a little older. I'm revamping the YouTube up a little bit and kind of update it. But all of my episodes are on Apple and Google. And so if you'd like to listen to podcasts, they're available for you.
Well, I loved having you on today, Iggy, and getting to know the good work you're doing. It's entertaining, but it also sounds informative and a really important work.
I hope to continue to have that feeling.
Yeah, great. Well, it definitely came across.
Thank you.
So thanks for coming on the show. Go check out Iggy's Loudmouth Podcast. He can be found Facebook, Instagram. Looks like they even have a merchandise store.
I do, yes. I have merch. I have my shirt on.
Love it. Love on brand. Yes. Thanks so much for coming on the show, Iggy. Iggy's Loudmouth Podcast right here in Chattanooga. Love it. It's fun. Fun interview.
Hi, I'm Trey with WindowWorks and Exteriors. Is it time to enhance the entrance of your home? Provia entry doors represent the highest standards in stained wood appearance, durability, security, and energy efficiency. For more information, check out windowworksofchattanooga.com.
So I convinced him to take the low settlement, and I told him, don't feel so bad. It only took 15 minutes.
Mine picked their own price, but after an accident, I picked the price.
Chaos distracted one of mine, and he rear-ended some lady. I'm going to make her our typical offer, low. But she did call Warren and Griffin.
Here's my advice. Settle.
Ching. Call us at 265-4878. We are your local law firm.
Welcome to Big Brother.
This is big. I feel like I suck so bad in competitions. Oh.
Bailey, will you marry me?
Yes.
You're the winner. America, hold on to your seats. The new season of Big Brother coming soon to CBS.
Hi, I'm Trey with WindowWorks and Exteriors. Chattanooga founded, family owned and operated. My family is proud to serve Chattanooga with the highest quality windows, doors, and siding installed by local professionals with a lifetime warranty. WindowWorks of Chattanooga. We don't just work here, we live here.
You're watching Let's Chat.
You know it's going to be a great interview when my friend from Pinnacle Home Improvement stops by to tell us all about what they're offering to improve your home. Thanks so much for coming in today. Jason, so good to see you.
Thank you.
So let's start from the beginning. What separates Pinnacle Home Improvements from the competition?
Just basically the fact that the quality of work that we do, the quality of product that we bring, and just having that small, that small feel, being family owned. I think has a lot to do with that. We just really take pride in our customers and making sure that our customers are taken care of through the whole process of, purchasing one of our products.
Right, and I'm sure your customer service is just the best. But let's talk about your workers. Aren't they like super certified and trained? Don't they have to go through a very stringent training process?
Yes, each one of our guys are factory trained to the product that they're installing, because being able to give the lifetime warranties with certain products, even the 25-year workmanship with the roofing side of the business.
Right.
Each guy has to be factory trained in order to incorporate all of those warranties.
Now, with anything home improvement related, people worry about length of completion with supplies. Talk to me about the supply chain issue right now and what you all are seeing and what you can, share with your customers.
It's consistently getting better.
Right.
We actually last week, some of our sidings have came back down to 4-week lead times on siding. So that's meaning us getting the product in. Of course, with having a big backlog, it still takes just a little longer than that to get everything installed. Right. Because some jobs might take 2 weeks to install on the siding side of the business. Windows are one of those. They're a 1 to 2 day process, so we can turn those over quicker. The roofing side of the business is usually a 1 day process. Sometimes it bleeds over to a 2 day process, depending on the size of the house.
Now let's hear about this awesome promotion you all are offering right now.
Yeah, we have a 0-0-0, so that's 0 down payments, 0 payments for 12 months, and 0 interest for 12 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, how does it work? How does the whole process work to have you come over and the estimate process begin?
Well, we have people that answer the phone every day.
Right.
We have a call center. They get your information. They get you set up. They get you appointment time that works for your busy schedule. Then we have a representative that comes out with working products. They come out, they walk you through the whole process, let you pick colors, let you pick styles, just really help you through the process of creating, the image that you want your house to be.
Is the estimate, how much does that cost?
Nothing, it's free.
Wow,
yeah.
That's fantastic. So who qualifies for an offer this good?
As long as you got good credit.
There you go.
As long as as long as you own a house. That's the main thing, is owning your house and needing improvements.
Now, does the representative work with a plan someone might already have, like maybe they found on Pinterest and they can show that, or does the representative create like?
Well, yeah, there's certain things. We have a system on the siding side that it's a hover. They actually take pictures of your house while they're there, and then that comes back to them, and they can actually download your house into a program. They can put colors in, they can do a lot of things, so they can actually create your house right there in front of you.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. Wow. So you talk to me about what you offer: roofing, windows, siding.
Roofing, yeah, windows and siding.
That's amazing. Well, Jason, it's always good to have you on the show. How can we find you? I know I have your phone number, 423-208-9070, and your website.
Yeah, it's actually pinnaclehomeimprovements.com.
That's easy. And where do you serve?
Chattanooga, Nashville, Knoxville, and Atlanta.
Nice. The North Georgia area, all that.
North Georgia area.
That's amazing. Well, thanks again for coming on the show, Jason.
Thank
I
you.
hope everyone calls you all. This 0-0-0 promotion is amazing. 0 down payment, 0 interest.
And 0 payments for 12 months.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on. PinnacleHomeImprovements.com, or give them a call, 423-208-9070, rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Thanks again for coming on, Jason.
Thank you.